There is some important financial news coming out of the United States right now that could directly impact millions of households. Discussions are heating up around a possible $2,000 tariff rebate or stimulus-style check, along with real money already being sent out in certain U.S. states. At the same time, economists are raising serious concerns about the U.S. economy, rising debt, and what this could mean for everyday Americans in the near future. In this video, we'll break everything down clearly and simply. What money is actually going out, what is still under discussion, and why experts are sounding the alarm. State-level checks already going out. Let's start with something that is already happening. Thousands of residents in Pennsylvania are receiving real checks directly from the state government. This is not a loan, not a scam, and not a new tax credit. These payments are part of the state's Money Match program, which automatically returns unclaimed property to residents, without them having to file paperwork. This includes dormant bank accounts, forgotten insurance policies, unclaimed refunds, contents from old safety deposit boxes. In the most recent batch alone, nearly 100,000 checks were mailed. Total value exceeded $22 million. The average payment was around $1,000. Officials say more than $5 billion in unclaimed property still belongs to residents, with over $1 billion already returned so far. This raises an important question. Should more states be doing this automatically? If you've ever received unclaimed money from your state, share your experience in the comments. $2,000 tariff rebate check. What's being discussed? Now let's talk about the headline everyone is watching. There is growing public support for a proposal to issue $2,000 tariff rebate checks to Americans, funded by revenue collected from tariffs. According to a recent national survey, 52% of registered voters support the idea. Support includes voters across party lines. Only about 20% strongly oppose it. At the same time, nearly half of voters say daily life has become less affordable. Over 44% believe the economy is getting worse. The proposal under discussion would potentially provide around $2,000 per household. Focus on lower and middle-income families. Be funded through tariff revenue. However, experts warn that even with limits, the total cost could exceed $200 billion, raising serious budget concerns. Legal questions and Supreme Court risk. Another major factor is the legal challenge surrounding tariffs themselves. Courts are currently reviewing whether these tariffs were imposed under proper legal authority. If the Supreme Court ultimately rules against them, there is speculation that some of the money collected could be refunded, since consumers have effectively paid these costs through higher prices. This adds uncertainty to whether rebate checks can be issued, and how quickly. Economic warning. Debt at a dangerous level. Now to the biggest warning. The U.S. national debt has crossed $38.5 trillion, increasing by nearly $1 trillion in just weeks. Economists say this pace is unsustainable. The U.S. is now approaching 120% debt-to-GDP ratio, nearly $1 trillion per year in interest payments, another $1 trillion annually on defense spending. Former economic leaders warn this could push the country into a phase known as fiscal dominance, where controlling debt becomes more important than controlling inflation. In simple terms, the central bank may no longer be able to fight inflation aggressively. Printing money becomes the easier option. The value of money slowly erodes. History shows that when trust in a currency weakens, economic stability becomes much harder to maintain. What does this mean for you? All of this leaves Americans with difficult questions. Can stimulus-style checks really help without increasing long-term damage? Can the debt trend be reversed? And who ultimately pays the cost? These are issues that affect prices, savings, retirement, and everyday living costs. Now I want to hear from you. Do you feel life has become less affordable? Do you support a $2,000 tariff rebate check? And what do you think should be done about the growing national debt? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people stay informed. I'll continue bringing you the latest updates on checks, economic changes, and major policy decisions. Thanks for watching.